Welcome to Better Faith e-learning platform. My name is Ms. Blessing. We're talking about biology this afternoon on SS2. Last week we stopped at, we'll be discussing about the marine habitat, the aquatic habitat. We talked about different zones of the marine habitat, talked about different animals and plants in the marine habitat. Today we'll be talking about animals in marine habitat and the adaptive feature. You know, last week we talked about the plants. Today we'll talk about the animals that live in the marine habitat. What makes them to adapt to that environment. The first animal we're talking about is the barnacles. There's an organism or an animal called a barnacle. Barnacles have protective mantles or parts for attachments in the sea. They have protective mantles or parts for attachments or anchorage to rock shore. They have ability to attach to a rock in the sea, to any rock. So they also have cilia. They have cilia for feeding. The barnacles. You can browse it how the barnacles look like on your visual in your phone. You just browse how does barnacle look like. You know, it has cilia for feeding. It also has shell. It has shell which prevents desertification and mantle which retains water. It has shell that helps them not to drain out water. It also has a mantle which helps them to retain water. So these are the features of the barnacles. It has cilia for feeding. Another one is the cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes. Example of a cartilaginous fish is the shark. The big shark, the one you know. The shark or the dogfish. They have what? They have the ability to retain urea in their body. They can retain urea for a long time in their body to cope with high salinity. You know, the marine habitat it has high salinity. The salt, when it says salinity, it means it has high content of salt. So these cartilaginous fishes, they have the ability to retain urea in their body because in order to cope with this high content of salt, the salinity of the habitat. Another one is the bony fishes. Another part of the bony fish is the tilapia, like the tilapia and the herring. You know your herring fish. The herring, they drink salt water. They have the ability to drink salt water and it won't cause them any harm. They can cope with high salt content of the sea. Also, they also possess salt secreting gland. They have a gland that helps to secrete salt in their gills. Or eyes to enable them maintain also regulation in salt or salt balance. So they have glands that help to secrete salt. So that's why they can take in more salt without being killed. Another one is the shrimps. The shrimps is also found in the marine habitat. You see all these things in the ocean, the sea. The shrimps, they possess powerful claws. You can see the claws of the shrimps. They possess powerful claws. And also, they call them the claws, you call it the claws, or you call them the cherry pods for sieving or holding for a prey. That's how they survive. So how the fishes, they have the claws that helps them to catch prey, and they feed on those prey. Another animal that lives in marine is the crabs. The crab also can survive in the marine habitat. They can live there. They possess, they are capable of burrowing fast. They burrow into the mud. You know, underneath the sea, they have the ability to burrow, won't say burrow, to hide or to sniff into mud, to protect them against predators and strong waves also. They have the ability to burrow into mud so they can hide themselves from big fishes like the sharks and other fishes. They burrow into mud. And also it protects them from when there is waves or tides in the sea. Okay, another one is the periwinkle. I know you must have heard of periwinkle. You have all those things I just mentioned. You have them in the market. The periwinkle, they can survive also in the marine habitats. They have the ability to survive in the marine. They possess lungs. As small as that periwinkle, it has lungs. They possess lungs for breathing and foot for attachments. They have food for that. You know, when you buy the shell of a periwinkle, it has this sticky body. That's the feature they have to help them survive in that salty medium. So they also possess lungs for breathing. They can breathe inside the marine water habitat. Another one is the starfish. The starfish also, you find the starfish in the marine habitats. The starfish possess tube feet. It possess tube feet which enables them to hold on to rock shores. You find these starfish on the rock shores in the sea. So they have what a tube feet that helps them to hold firm on those rocks. So they will not be worn away or washed away by what the waves or things. And also they have hard shell. The starfish have a very hard shell which prevents desertification, or it prevents them from drying up, prevents them. So those are all these ones are just listed, and the organisms or the animals that can survive mainly, or you can find in the marine habitats. So now we move on. The next one is factors, food chain in marine habitats. You know a food chain is a feeding relationship. The feeding relationship of an organisms is a feeding relationship from one trophic level to another, starting from the producer and ends in the secondary consumer. That's a food chain. I know you must have been taught food chain in OGSS1. Okay, there's a level of food chain in a marine habitat. The typical food chain in a marine habitat they can be up to 3 or 4. For instance, let's draw a food chain. The first one is the diatom. The diatom is the allium organisms. The diatom, they are plants. They are plants. They are aquatic plants. They are algae. The diatom, a number of algae. The diatoms, they are plants. Remember, I said food chain starts from what? A primary is the from the producer, and the producer is always what? Plants. Okay. So this is a producer. So this one, from that diatom, the zooplankton. The zooplankton is also a plant also that can feed on what? The diatom. The zooplanktons, they feed on the diatom. The next one is the tilapia. The tilapia, they feed on both the zooplankton, and the last one is what? The shark. So this is a perfect example of what? A food chain. The food chain was in a marine habitat. That's how they feed. The zooplankton feed on the diatom plant. The tilapia feed on the zooplankton, and the shark feed on the tilapia. That's how their feeding relationship is. So there's the food chain. Okay, so that's for that. That's the food chain of a marine habitat. So next one is factors that affect marine habitat. Factors affecting marine habitats. We have different factors affecting marine habitats. The first one is we have the temperature. They include temperature, they include sunlight, wind. They also include density, pH, and salinity. All these are just listed. The temperature, salinity, the pH of the water, the wind, density, and sunlight. All these are just listed there. You can find their explanation under the characteristics. I gave you the characteristics of marine habitat before. So you just go back and check on the video, or you can go to your textbook to check on their explanations of these factors affecting them. So that's the end of everything about marine habitat. So the next type of aquatic habitat is the estuarine habitat. The estuarine, most of you hear the word estuarine habitat. What is it all about? The estuarine habitat is a body of water formed at the coast. It is formed at the coast of the water as a result of the action of tide, which mixes with salt water which means salt water from the sea with fresh water from the land. Estuarine water is a mixture of both salt water and fresh water from the land. Salt water from the sea and fresh water from the land. So that's what estuarine water. It's also called brackish water. Also called brackish water. Estuarine habitat is a body of water found at the coast. Take note, it's found at the coast as a result of action of waves and tides. A form of tide which mixes the salt water from the sea to the fresh water with the fresh water from the land. So that's what estuarine water. It's a mixture of both salt water of the sea and fresh water from the land. Okay, the mixture of this salt water and fresh water is called a brackish water. It was formed, or it results in the formation of the brackish water. And I also say brackish water is the same as this estuarine water. So that you call it brackish water, or you call it the estuarine habitat or the estuarine. We have different types. habitats. Okay, this the first one, the delta. The delta is where a river divides. When we heard of the word delta of a river, delta is where a river was. It's where a river divides into many channels before entering into the ocean or sea. Brackish water or usuarine is formed at the mouth of the river. This delta is always formed at the bank of the river. I want to say bank, at the mouth of the river, the beginning of the river. It's the place where the water divides itself. It's where river divide into many channels before entering back into what? The ocean or into the sea. So that's for the delta. The brackish water or usuarine is formed at the mouth of what? The river. Take note. The delta is formed at the mouth of what? The river. So the next one is the lagoon. Second type of the usuarine water is the lagoon. Lagoon is a body of ocean water that enters into the land through canal and therefore has the opportunity of mixing with fresh water. You know, just one time when you see seawater, when you watch your documentaries or your television, you see the water, it goes to the land and go back. You know, that's a lagoon. It's a body of water which was enters into the land. It flows to the land through a canal. It flows to the land through a canal and therefore has the opportunity of mixing with what? Fresh water. So that's a lagoon. That's a lagoon for you, with river and stream. The last one is bay. The bay. I won't say bay. Bay is a little or a small portion of what? Of seawater. It's a little part of the seawater which enters into the land. The small part that enters into the land and mixes up with what? The fresh water. It should be noted that lagoon is always bigger. It's bigger than the what? Than the bay, and it may be long enough to join the sea at another, while the bay is very what? Is very small. So that's the major difference. So between a lagoon or a bay, it's almost the same thing. Just that this one is bigger. The lagoon is bigger than what? The bay. So those are the types of what they use to arrive water. We have different characteristics of the use to arrive water, just as we have in the marine habitat. Use to arrive habitat. Sorry. Okay, one of the characteristics of the uterine habitat is fluctuation in salinity. Fluctuation in what? In salinity. It has a lower. It is high and low at the mouth of the river. Salinity is affected by season. You know what is salinity? Salinity can be, it's high when it's at the beginning of the river. As it goes down the river, it is what? It is now low. Salinity content. We have turbidity. We also have turbidity. One of the characteristics is turbidity. Turbidity increases especially during rainy season. Turbidity of the uterine water, it increases during the rainy season. When shallowness of while the next one is shallowness of water. The water is not as deep or as massive as that of what? Of the ocean water, of the marine habitat. It is shallow, unlike the sea water, which is deep. The water of uterine water is very shallow. So it's easy advisable to swim on in the uterine habitat. The next one is when it has low species diversity. Species, but you know, they have more species that live in the uterine water because the salinity is not as high as that of the marine habitat, and it's not very deep. So some organisms they don't always diversify. They don't divert to other habitats. So they have low species diversity. Well, the next one is the water is affected by tides. Water is affected by tides. The sixth one is the high level, and the uterine habitat also, they have high level of nutrients in them. And the level of nutrients is higher than that of the marine habitats. Nutrients are more there because there is no salt content. And the last one is there is low oxygen content. Low oxygen content. Though there is high nutrient, but the oxygen content there is kind of low as well. The uterine habitat. So I'll stop here for today. The next class is discuss about distribution of plants and animals in the uterine habitat. The plant and animal and their adaptive features that will help them survive in the uterine water. We'll also talk about the last time the fresh water habitat. So in your leisure, go to your textbook, read more on it, then go to your past question and answer. Try and answer any questions that is related to the aquatic habitat. I'll see you next week. God bless you.